Welcome back, Hive Mind. This is Shalazar with Hive Mind Gaming, coming at you with another Tabletop Simulator video. Now, this one is going to be a new series that I'm starting. It's going to be called Board Games with the Hive. So what we're going to do, we're going to invite several close friends, several really good we're just going to invite some friends over and and play some board games together. So what we're going to do with this series, the first part of this series, we're going to play the Dungeons & Dragons Adventure board game. So there are 6 board games in this line. There's the first one that they released, which was the Castle Ravenloft. And then the next year they released 2, which was this one here, the Legends of Drizzt and the Wrath of Asherlon. I'm pretty sure I'm probably butchering that, and I'm sure someone will correct me in the notes. But that's the way I'm gonna say it. I mean, yeah, that's the way I'm gonna say it. It's just I'm gonna have to deal with it. All right, and then I think the next year they came out with the Temple of Elemental Evil. And then for the 5th one, it was the Tomb of Annihilation. And then last was Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So what we're going to do, since the game system has evolved over each different or iteration of the board game, what we're going to do, we're going to play this based on the latest iteration, which is going to be the Mad King or the Mad Mage. So with an exception. So we're gonna play with everything that's in this game. We're gonna start off with the Legend of Drizzt, and we're gonna play with all the different. One of the big differences between pretty much each of their sets is the monsters, the heroes, the encounters, and the way traps work. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the monsters and encounters and the traps of each box for that set. But we're going to choose heroes from all over. And then what we're going to do is use the level up system, a mixture of the level up system from the Mad Mage and the Temple of Elemental Evil. And the reason is because the Mad Mage has different rules about going to different locations, and things are cost different depending on the location that you go to, etc. So we're just going to use the simplified version, which came out in Temple of the Elemental Evil, which has the ability to just when you level up. Once you get to level 2, you can start getting bonuses, and you purchase those bonuses, and it's just there. So we're going to use that. We are going to use the level 3 and level 4 from Mad Mage, but at that point it's going to be worked a little bit different because the champions or heroes we're choosing don't have the extra skills like the heroes in the Mad Mage box set do. So all that will be explained once we get to that point. But if you're still with me, what we're going to do this first video is going to be adventure number 1. Each video will come out on Friday. Every Friday a new video will come out, and each video will be the next adventure. So, and they'll be named per their adventure. So this first adventure for Legend of Drizzt, it's kind of an introductory adventure. So it's only set up to be a single adventure, a single solo adventure. So I'm going to run through it myself. And then starting next Friday, you'll see the second adventure, where I bring in a few members of the Hive to actually play along with me to try to beat the denizens of the Underdark. So, all right, so let's get into it. So here we are on Tabletop Simulator. You can actually find several copies of this where fans have gone on and made them. As you can see, Castle Ravenloft is in the corner here. But actually, if you notice when I mouse over, it says 8 books. It's because it has all that box is holding all the books to all the different games, all the other ones. So each one of these bag types are representative of one of the types of games. So he has 5 of them on here. I think the one he doesn't have is the Tome of Annihilation. So if you find this one, or if you're the person who made this one, thank you very much. I love it. You did a great job on this one. So I love how it plays. So this is the one that we will be using for our series here. So like I mentioned before, I will be playing Drizzt because that's who they suggest to play in the adventure. So how this works is each hero is going to start at first level. And should you level up, you'll just flip it over just like that. You've got your 4 basic stats, which are AC, that's your armor class. That's how hard it is to hit you. Your hit points, that's how many points of damage you can take before you die. Your speed, this is how many squares you can move during your turn. Your surge value is always going to be half of your hit points. So surge will be, and if you ever played Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition, there was a surge value and it allowed you to do things throughout the gameplay. Well, in this, when you die, you have a chance to resurrect yourself during your next turn, and when you do, you come back with however many hit points you have for your surge value. So if he were to die and come back, he would come back with 4 hit points. All right, so every hero will have an ability right here. His is Expert Combatant, and that allows him to take an additional attack during his hero phase. So if we look at the sequence of play here, you've got the hero. Every time someone takes a turn, they've got the hero phase, the exploration phase, and the villain phase. The hero phase, you always check to see if you're at 0 hit points. If you're at 0 hit points, this is where you would burn a surge token and come back to life, and then you get to act normally. If you are still alive, then you move on to part 2, which is you could either move or perform one of these actions, or perform one of these actions and then move. One of the actions you can perform is a second move action. So you can move twice. If you just need to get somewhere, you can do 2 moves. So in Drizzt's case, he would move up to 14 squares. Then one of the other actions would be to attack. So it takes an attack action. That means using one of your cards, your abilities, and I'll explain that in just a moment. The next thing is disarm a trap, so you can try to disarm a trap. And then other. Other can be anything like using a magic item that says use it as instead of or because of or anything like that would be other. Some people have abilities that would take this place as well. So just things like that. And then once you get to the exploration phase, that's when you explore tiles if you're on a tile edge, which I'm going to get into that a little more later. And then you move into the villain phase, and that's where villains attack and things like that. Event cards happen in those phases as well. So with that being said, when we come back over here and take a look at his special ability, it gives him the ability to make an additional attack during your hero phase. So that means every turn, Drizzt can move and then do one of those actions. One of those actions is an attack, so he can literally attack, then attack again. So keep in mind, it does say an additional attack during your hero phase. That means he has to have attacked first, then gives him the ability to attack again. So it doesn't mean that he can just run, then attack. He's got to run and then attack. So keep that in mind. Then underneath that, all heroes have powers. Now, under those powers, it will tell you what you get for free. Like, for instance, Drizzt here gets Icy Death and Twinkle, which is his 2 swords, if you ever read his books, or know anything about him, he's got a sword named Twinkle and a sword named Icy Death, which are 2 scimitars, I do believe. And I think you can see those in the picture here, in the art. All right, and then he gets to choose 1 daily power from the Ranger deck, and then he can choose 2 Ranger or Drow utility powers. So basically, we've got the deck here, and so we went ahead and picked those to save a little time. So these are his abilities. So he comes with these 2. The first one, Twinkle here, is attacks 1 adjacent monster, then place your stance token on this card. You can remove your stance token from this card when an adjacent monster hits your hero. If you do, reduce the damage from that attack by 1. And it's got a +6 to hit and it does 1 damage. Then he's got Icing Death, which is attacks 1 adjacent monster. If you roll a 18 or higher on the die, this attack deals +1 damage. So basically, he crits on an 18 plus instead of critting on a 20. So his attack is +6 with +1 damage. And then for his utility power, one of his utility powers, we got Figurine of Guinevere. So you use, instead of attacking, you place the Guinevere figure adjacent to your hero, find the Guinevere ally card, and place it with the rest of the monster cards you control. Guinevere activates first in step 3 of the villain phase. All right, and so we've got that right here ready to go, and this is his stance token. All right, so, and then our second ability we took, Last Blood. We use, instead of attacking, place your stance token on this card. You can remove your stance token from this card at the start of any villain phase. If you do, move your hero up to his or her speed, and that hero can use an at-will attack power. Then we have Twin Strike. It's our daily power, and it's attack 1 adjacent monster, then attack 1 adjacent monster. So you can attack the same monster, or you can attack 2 separate monsters. And it's a +6 to hit that does 2 damage, but if you miss, it does at least 1 damage. And then you flip this card when it's done. This card does not flip. This is always in effect, so it just depends on whether or not he puts his stance token on it. Depends on whether or not it's being used. This one, on the other hand, once it's used, it will be flipped and can't be used again. All right, so that's our powers for Drizzt. Now let's move on to the story. Adventure 1, Exile. Cast out of his home city of Minzabaranzan, Drizzt Warden must escape from the Underdark or fall to the wrath of Loth and her minions. When you start the adventure, read. Life is normally difficult in the Underdark, but the spider goddess Loth's demand for your sacrifice has made it impossible. You are left with one choice. You must fight your way through the Underdark and find your way to the surface. You know, the one place that all Drow refuse and hate to go. The surface. Oh wait, alright. Alright, so with this, we get to start anywhere on the start tile. So we're going to start right there because, well, we're on a tile edge, which gives us the ability to search. So the order of play, as we've seen before, the order of play is the hero phase. Do I want to use an ability? Yes, I do. We want to use no attack. And do we want to summon her yet? No, we want to put our stance on Drizzt. All right, then we move to exploration phase. We are on a table edge, so we draw a tile, the top tile of our dungeon deck. And it's Volcanic Vent, and it has a arrow. All right, so how this works is when you draw a tile, you look at where the arrow is, and the arrow always goes on the side that your hero is standing. So Drizzt is summoning it from this angle, so the arrow will go on this side, and that basically tells you how to place your orders. Now, if it has the little mushroom patch, then that tells us we draw a monster card. So we're going to draw a monster card and flip it over, and that gives us Dunin Jordan, which is a Drider. That is a very, very scary monster for the first turn. Wow. Okay, so what we do is we come over here and grab the Drider model, and we put him right there on the patch. Now, at any point, if a large model is like that, where he's on both tiles, then he's considered to be on both tiles for purposes of targeting and game effects. All right, something that I did forget to do, which was in the rules. All right, starting awards, I get 1 healing surge and 1 random item treasure card. So let's shuffle our treasure cards and pull a treasure. Nope, can't have that. There's a magic item. All right, let's put that back on and shuffle. All right, so I got a wand of magic missiles. Use instead of attacking. Choose 1 monster within 3 tiles of your hero. That monster takes 1 damage. Flip this card over after use. Okay, so that's a pretty cool ability, or a pretty cool magic item. So we're just set that over there because that's definitely something that we can use. So in the exploration phase, we explored, we got a tile, we drew that. The next thing we do is we look to see about the arrow. The arrow is black, so we're going to have to draw an event card, but that doesn't happen until the villain phase. I think what Drizzt is going to want to do, you can remove your stance token from this card at the start of any villain phase. If you do, move your hero up to his or her speed, and that hero can use an at-will attack power. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move my stance token off of that so that I can move. And I think I will move to there because, I mean, why not? This is at the beginning of the monster phase, so it's not going to search another tile. And then I can use 1 at-will power. So I think I might want to use that, but that one crits better. Decisions. But he's going to be able to attack me, and I don't want that to happen. So I think we're going to use Twinkle. I think Twinkle is going to be the weapon of choice here. So we get a +6, and we got a 4. That's only a 10. That's going to miss his AC of 16. All right, so right here we look. He's got an AC 16. He's got 3 hit points, and then his attack and damage. Ooh, he's going to be a monster to deal with. And no pun intended. All right, so let's come down to our sequence of play, and we'll flip that over. So in the first step of the villain phase, if you didn't place a tile during your exploration phase, or if you placed a tile with a black triangle, draw an encounter card. So we draw an encounter card, and it's an event, Cave Fisher's Lair. Draw a tile from the bottom of the dungeon tile stack and place it next to the unexplored edge that is closest to your hero. Place a new monster on that tile and place your hero on that tile. Your hero is immobilized. You do not draw an encounter card for placing the new tile. Oof. All right, so you've got to set up these tiles pretty specific. So what we want to do is try to pull up the most bottom one, or second from the bottom one. So we just going to move the stack over, and then, yep, so we can only pick up one, so we know that's the bottom one. So we're going to move that over, move our stack back over, and then bring this guy down here, and we're going to flip it over. Yeah, see, normally we would have to draw a encounter card because of the black arrow, but we don't on this one. But we do have to draw a monster card. It's looking grim. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Whew. Two of the toughest monsters right back to back. The troll. Well, actually those water elementals are pretty gruesome too. Holy mackerel. And I guess it goes, because I guess it goes in all four squares because it's a large monster. Oh, wow. And he's immobilized. Okay. So we do get the immobilized tag. And immobilized says you cannot move. Discard this condition at the end of your hero phase. Okay. Well, we probably are not going to want to move anyway, because we've got targets aplenty. I think he's going to have to blow some of his big fights up here for sure. Alright, so when we attacked with this, it says attack one adjacent monster, then place your stance token on this card. So it doesn't say that I have to hit with it, it just says I get to place my stance token on it. You can remove your stance token from this card when an adjacent monster hits your hero. If you do, reduce the damage from that attack by 1. Okay. Alright, so now this gets discarded. And then we go into step 2. Step 2 is if a villain is in play, activate it. So this is important to note that if you've got multiple players in a game like this, then only the monsters of the player who is the active player, and the active player is the player whose turn it is, only their monsters go. And then you activate them in order that they were brought on the table. So make sure to keep them in order. So the first thing that's going to happen is our Drider is going to go. So if he is within 2 tiles of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks that hero with a sword. After the attack, pass this card to the player on your right. So we won't have to do that part because there are no other players. So he's going to attack with a +8, and it's going to do 2 damage to us. All right, so we're going to... Oops, I just flipped it. I didn't roll it. All right, so he's going to roll with a 6 + 8. That is not going to be enough. That's only a 14, so he misses. Thank goodness. All right, then the Troll goes, and the Troll is already adjacent to us. If Feral Troll is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks that hero with a nasty claw. After the attack, pass this card to the player on your right. Again, we don't have to do that part, but it's important to note that he is a tile adjacent to us, but he's already adjacent to us, so he's not going to move. And the reason is because he's a large creature, so he's taking up all 4 of these tiles, and this tile is adjacent to the one that Drizzt is on. considered adjacent because of its diagonal from it. So he's going to attack us with a +8. Oh, wow. Move the hero 2 tiles. Jesus. All right, so he's going to attack. Come on. Low numbers. Hit the wrong button again. Low numbers. A 9. Oh, that's probably going to do it. 17. Yeah, that does it. I think we're going to discard our stance to only take 2 damage instead of the 3. Wow, that hurts. That hurts a little bit. All right. So that is it for the troll, but I get moved 2 tiles. So that means I get moved all the way here. That's 2 tiles away. And to be honest, I think I'm okay with that. All right. So it goes back to my turn. All right. So, wow. So unfortunately, there's not a lot he can do with those 2 beasts. And it might be bad to actually open up another room. But if I don't open up another room, I'm gonna get an encounter. So I think I might summon Guinevere. I think I'm going to pass my attack action, summon Guinevere. So she goes on my track. So I'm going to summon Guinevere. I'm going to put Guinevere right there. She now is considered a hero. She will get one-shotted by those things if she gets hit by them. But I'd almost rather that be the case than to have them. Okay, well, I think I'm going to move to there. And that way we'll only have to deal with the Drider. Hopefully. Okay. Alright, so because of that, we don't summon a room. So we get an encounter. That's the next thing we do. So we get a juicer. Alright, place the juicer marker on your hero's tile. If that tile already has a marker, discard this card and draw a new environment card. Trigger the trap during your villain phase. Each hero and each monster on this trap's tile takes 1 damage. Then move the juicer marker 1 tile toward the hero with the most hit points. Remove most hit points remaining. Wow. And we're just going to take 1. Wow. Okay. And I can use a turn to disarm it. Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to come over here to our trap tiles. And right on top is the juicer. All right. Fantastic. So the juicer goes here on this tile. We take a point of damage. So 1 for old Guinevere and 1 for Drizzt. Okay. Fantastic. All right. And so then we go to the Drider. The Drider moves. So she is within, or he is within 2 tiles of a hero. It moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks that hero with a sword after the attack passes. Okay. So here's where movement is important, because most of the time when it says move, it's talking about tiles. So in that case, it would move from mushroom patch to mushroom patch. But his rules actually say move to the nearest tile, or move to the nearest hero within 2 tiles. So he would go right there. And that's where he would go. So he's, depending on what the rules are, I haven't read the rules yet, but depending on what the rules are for the Trolls movement, he may block his movement to where he can't get to us, which is a good thing. So, all right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to let him attack us. Now, we get to choose, because it doesn't dictate which hero, it just says the closest. So since we're both closest, we get to choose. I'm going to choose Drizzt to be the one that he's going to attack. So it is 8 plus 8 to hit, a nat 20. So a nat 20 is still only going to be 2 damage. So Drizzt is going to take 2 more damage. Now, if a hero rolls a nat 20, then it's considered a crit, but monsters don't crit. I'm going to pull that off so that I can see that it's 5 damage. All right. So hit is now done. So now let's go to the troll. All right. If the feral troll is within 1 tile, it is not. So we go to the otherwise. Otherwise, the feral troll regains all lost hit points and moves 1 tile toward the hero with the fewest hit points remaining. After the move, pass this card to the next player. Wow. So if he were damaged, it would not matter. He would just regen them all. Holy. All right. So he just moves to there. Oh, all right. And then, well, actually, I should have. She's gonna die anyway during. Wait a minute. Okay, so we already took that damage. All right, we already took that damage. So that damage happens during our monster phase. So it happens right now. All right, so let's see what Guinevere does. So Guinevere is if Guinevere is within 1 tile of a monster, she moves adjacent to any monster within 1 tile of her and attacks that monster with a pounce. The pounce is plus 8 and does 1 damage. So she'll go ahead and do that now. 2. That's going to miss. Next we've got we move into Drizzt's turn. I think Drizzt is going to try to disarm that trap because, yeah, that's just guaranteed damage. So let's roll. We need a 10 or more. Oh no, I rolled a 6. Oh wait, Drizzt was immobilized. Drizzt couldn't have moved last turn. Well, that changes things. Let's see. So Drizzt couldn't have moved, which means that Drizzt would have been back here because that's where he was moved. So the troll hit him and moved him, but the immobilize is he can't move on his own. So yeah, you cannot move. So that means he can't move. Yeah, so he wouldn't have been able to do that. That means the Drider would have attacked Guinevere. That means he would have popped Guinevere. So Guinevere is gone. And that means that 2 damage that he took from the Drider would not have happened. So he still has the 3 damage, which was the 2 that he took originally, plus the 1 from the juicer. So, yeah. And then the immobilize goes away. Okay. Well. Sorry, Guinevere. Well, alright. Well, and the juicer's still there. So, good times, good times. So now, at the beginning of his turn, he wasn't able to disarm. And so, I think he's going to move to there to keep it from coming. And I guess he'll just have to take another point from the juicer later. So he has got himself in a pickle, because now he's going to have to draw another encounter card. Alright, lost. Without looking at it, take the bottom tile from the dungeon tile stack and place it on top. Alright, so we're going to take the bottom one, put it on top, which also means that it's going to take longer for him to find the exit. I think it's looking pretty grim for Drizzt. Wow, that's rough. That is rough. Okay, well, that's the first thing. Next is the Drider gets to attack with his sword. So +8. Oh, that's 2 more damage. Well, we didn't take those far, did we? There we go. Alright, and then the troll gets to move again, so he moves to there. Oh, back to Drizzt. Oh no, wait. A point from the juicer. Point from the juicer. Oh, wow. This is not looking good. Not looking good. Whew. Okay, well, he's got to do something, so that Drider's doing more damage than that juicer. So let's go ahead and just attack. So he's going to attack with Twinkle. So go ahead and roll that. It's got a +6. 19 will hit and do a point of damage. Point of damage to the Drider, and we put the stance card on him. And then we're going to go ahead and attack with Isindale. Roll that 19 again. No, not a 5. That's not what we needed. That was AC 16. So no, he misses on that one. Dun dun dun. But we did 1 point of damage to him. Alright, again, we don't... Let's see, we discard that from last turn. And draw another encounter card at the beginning of the villain phase. Volcanic Spray. Each hero within 1 tile of a volcanic vent tile takes 1 damage. Well, that's a volcanic and that's a volcanic, so no one's within one of them, so no one takes damage. Also, last turn, our Drider friend would have taken a point of damage from the juicer. Yay, juicer. Man. Probably would have killed him right then had I been paying attention. Alright, so anyway, the Drider is going to take another swipe at Drizzt. Nat 20 all day long. All day long. That kills Drizzt. Drizzt goes bye-bye. He goes belly up. Oh, this is not good. On the bright side, he's not going to take a point from the juicer. The juicer will, well, the troll first off, actually, will move to there. And then the juicer will do a point of damage to both of them, killing that guy. And unfortunately, that means Drizzt did not kill him, so we do not get credit for it, and we can't use him to counterspell encounters. Alright, well, this is fun. Alright, so he is now dead. So at the beginning of my turn, I blow one of my healing surge. So I blow that, and I come back to life. And with that, I get 4 hit points back. So I have 4 damage still. Alright, so he comes back with 4 hit points. This is not looking good for the home team. Alright, I think what we're gonna do here is, I think we're gonna have to do our daily. So we're gonna attack one adjacent monster, then attack one adjacent monster. So we're gonna attack him twice. So the first one with a +6, that's gonna hit. So it does 2 damage to him. And then attack him with the second one, which is a 16. That's gonna hit. So that kills him off. Holy mackerel. Alright. So, I mean, that was worth it. It was worth it. We do get a treasure card for killing him. So we flip that over. Alright. Belt of... Wow. So, Belt of Storm Giant Strength. Use when your hero hits an adjacent monster with an attack. The attack deals +2 damage. Flip this card over after use. So we can only use it once, but that's okay. We do flip that over. And we do get rid of that damage. And we can bring this over here and put it in our experience pile. Alright. So what that means is when we actually get 5 experience, anytime a encounter pops up, we can actually, if we don't like it, we can counterspell it. I mean, it's not called counterspell, but that's what I'm calling it. So I still get to move, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to go there because we definitely want to explore so that we don't get another encounter. Even though we more than likely will get... Oh, well, at least it wasn't... At least we didn't get another encounter with the monster. And let's see what monster we get. Alright, Hunting Drake. Right, so now this comes down to here. And it goes into the monster phase. So Hunting Drake has 14 AC plus 1 or 1 point of damage. And if the Hunting Drake is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks that hero with a rending bite. Otherwise, the Hunting Drake moves 2 tiles. Okay, so it is within 1, so it moves right there. And it attacks with +8 to hit. That is a 9 plus 8 is 17, so that definitely hits and does 1 point of damage. Alright, so Drizzt is going to not do anything yet because this moves to there. It is slowly... The juicer is trying to keep up with Drizzt. It wants to juice Drizzt, and that is a disgusting thought. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. So Drizzt is going to go ahead and at the beginning of his turn, he's going to go ahead and attack this little dude. So 12, and he's using oh man, I should have used that. Oh well. Yeah, I think he would have used it for sure. to ignore that damage. So let's see. So he takes plus 6 to the 12. That's 18. So that definitely hits, does 1 point of damage, which does kill the hunting drake. And that gives me a total of 5 now. And I put the stance back on. All right. And then during his move, he will move to here because we're trying to outrun the juicer because we don't want to be squeezed anymore. All right. So we find a secret cave. Oh, that's a dead end. That's no good for us. we want to keep moving. Let's see. What does it say? Heroes on this tile do not draw encounter cards. Well, that sounds like a deal for us. Okay. Let's draw a monster card, though, of what's inside that secret tunnel. It's an event. Stalagmite. Do not place a monster. Wow. Nice. We will take that. The the monster guards, the monster gods are shining down upon us. And then the juicer comes 1 point closer. It's just dirty. It's just dirty. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So it's looking pretty grim. Looking pretty grim. There are no real abilities left from Drizzt because he's had to use them to get rid of some of these Billy badasses that have popped up. So round 5 it is. Wow. So we still have 4 more because there was 8 tiles and then the tile we're looking for. Actually, wow, we've only uncovered 2 tiles because these 2 tiles were from events. Holy crap, we still have 6 tiles to uncover. Ooh, this is not looking good for Drizzt. Okay, so I think with Drizzt, he is going to... Well, does he want to use any abilities? I don't know if he has any abilities to use. I think he would rather... Yeah, he'll go on the defensive. He's going to use his non-attack to put his stance there. But he's going to move to there. During the exploration phase, we're going to explore a map, the top map tile. We're going to flip that over. All right, narrow passage. So, heroes and monsters have a -4 AC while on this tile. And then we get to draw a monster card. Let's see what monster we've got. A hunting drake. All right. All right, and then in the villain phase. All right, so we've got to do them in order that they came out. So we still have this trap, so it does a point of damage, nothing's there to take it, and then it moves toward me. So it's going to move to there, but nothing else happens this turn. Next, we move to the hunting drake. If the hunting drake is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks that hero with rending bite. All right, so it's going to move to there, and then it's going to attack me. Now, he's got a +8 that does 1 damage. So we're going to go ahead and roll. It does 12. +8 is 20. Definitely hits me, so he does the 1 damage. Oof. I didn't want to attack because I didn't want to go into the narrow passage. So we're just going to take that hit. All right. So next turn, we are going to... I think we might just attack the hunting drake, just so that we can possibly get an item if we kill him. So let's... It's only got 1 hit point, but we get to attack him twice. So the first one will be with Twinkle. That's going to hit, and that's going to kill him. And then... I don't believe we're going to use that ability. So we're just going to go ahead and kill him off. Put him over there. And draw a treasure card. Alright, play immediately. Your hero gains 1 hit point and flip one of your used powers. Nice! Alright. Let's see. Twin Strike or... Figurine. Yeah, let's bring Gwynethar back. So we're gonna heal 1, and we get that ability back. And then I get to move. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's move. Oh, we may not want to do that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's move there. Because if we move there, then that means it's going to move this way. If we move there, then that means it's got to come this way. Well, either way, it's within 1, but I can lead it around this way. Yeah, we'll just do it that way. All right. All right. So in my exploration phase, we explore. We find the Drow glyph. Draw a monster card. A Drow wizard. Oh boy. Okay. So we'll put him there. Go grab the Drow wizard. Put him there. Alright. At the start of the villain phase, I will use my stance. I will discard my stance to be able to move my movement. And we will move to there. And we will use 1 attack ability. So our attack ability that we will use... you know what? We're going to use Icing Death. That way we have the opportunity to kill him. So, chance to kill him. 13 will not kill him, but the 13 will, with a +6 is a 19, will hit, and it will damage him by 1. So he does have 1 damage on him. Alright, now we have the trap that moves. It will move to there. And now he will move, or he will take his turn. His turn says, the Drow wizard teleports to the tile with the most heroes, so he's going to stay where he's at. Then attacks each hero on that tile with a blast of fire. Oof. And it does at least 1 damage, even if it misses. So, alright. 10 plus 8 is 18. That's still going to hit. So he's going to do 2 damage. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So that is definitely not good for the home team. All right. So that is the end of that turn. So now Drizzt, I think, is just going to attack. His first attack will be with Twinkle. 19. That's going to hit, and that will kill the sorcerer. Oh, I forgot to draw an encounter card last time. So let's go ahead and do that now. A hero sacrifice. You can choose to cave in a section of the roof If you do, each hero and each monster on your hero's tile, takes 3 damage. If you don't, your hero takes 1 damage. Well, if I do that, I'll be 1 point away from death. So let's go ahead and do what we were thinking about doing anyway, which is add up to 5 XP, 4 and 5. Cancel that event. Alright, so that encounter goes away. Alright, now back to what we were doing. Alright, so we killed this guy, so he will now go into our experience pile. How much was he worth? He was worth 3, so now we only have 4. Alright, so now we go into I don't believe I want to move. Or do I? You would be 2 away. Yeah, we'll just stay where we are. So, drawing a new tile here. Flip it. Turn it. And place it. There we go. Alright, and draw a monster card. A water elemental. This is going to hurt. This might be game, folks. This might be game. Alright, so first things first, this moves. The juicer is hot on her tail. Alright, then the water elemental. Its AC is 12, it's got 2 hit points. If the water elemental is adjacent to a hero, it attacks that hero with a tidal slam. If it's not, so we got to go to the next one. If the water elemental is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves to the closest hero's tile and attacks each hero on that tile with a surging wave. Otherwise, the water elemental moves forward. Okay, so he's going to move to there, and he's going to attack. He's going to attack with Surging Wave, so that's the bottom one. So it's a +8 to hit and does 1 damage. 5 + 8 is only 13, so he misses. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right. Well, so the question is, do we just attack or do we bring out Guinevere? Ooh, that's a tough decision. That's extra hit points, but yeah, I think we're just gonna have to attack. We'll attack with Twinkle first. Is that a 6? Yeah, that's a 6. Plus 6 is 12. That's what we needed for 1 damage. So he's going to take 1 damage. And we get our stance. And then we attack with Icing Death. Whoops, that was just a flip, not a roll. 14 plus 6 is 20. That will finish him off. Oh, it's getting down to the wire, guys. It's getting close. All right, next turn. Drizzt will move to there. And then exploration phase. We'll draw the top of the pile. Dark Chasm. All right, so that has no other effects other than that. So we draw a monster card. Another water elemental. Oh no. That is gruesome. All right, so the juicer moves forward. And then our water elemental moves up. And he's going to attack. 10 plus 8, I think. Yeah, 8 does hit, but we're going to blow our stance token to avoid 1 damage, so as to not have that 1 point of damage. All right. Whew, goodness gracious. All right, so I think we're going to do the same thing. I think we're going to attack. So the first one with a +6. Oh, a 3 does not hit. Oh, no. Oh, that's so cocked. It's cocked. Oh, no, it's on 20. Okay, well, we're going to take it. We're going to take it. We're going to take the 20, guys. We're going to take the 20. I think it's cocked. Yeah, it's definitely... Fudge! It's definitely cocked. All right, I'll re-roll it. Son of a gun. We got screwed, guys. We got screwed. That 20 anyway! That 20 anyway! It was destined! It was destined! That was with Ice and Death. And on an 18, 19, or 20, he does an extra point of damage. So that will kill the big bad elemental. Man, oh man. Whew. Ah, wow. Drizzt is by the skin of his teeth so far. Okay, next turn. Drizzt will move to here. Oh boy. Let's see what horrors lie in front. Oh no. Oh no. An event and a monster. So let's draw a monster. So let's see what monster we've got. Uh-oh. Do not place him. Holy mackerel. Wow, I thought that was the place 2 monsters card. That would have been brutal. Oh my goodness. Alright, so with that, in the villain phase, the juicer moves forward, ever wanting to squeeze us for our juices. Yeah, let's not get dirty on that, guys. Alright, so then we draw an encounter card. Each hero on a volcanic vent takes 2 damage. Are we on a volcanic vent? No, that's these tiles. So, alright, so nothing happens there. Alright, so we've gotten lucky so far. Oh, we didn't draw... Wait a minute. I have not been drawing my... See, we didn't draw a card for either one of those guys. I think I did for him, but we didn't draw one for either one of those guys. So the first one... Tunnel map. Used during your exploration. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. And then... Immediate strike. Play immediately. Move 1 monster, 1 tile in any direction. Well, we don't have any monsters on the board, so that just goes away. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we want to actually use Guinevere this time. We're going to use Guinevere. We're going to put her... Yeah, we'll just put her right there. Alright, and then... Let's see what that tunnel says. During your exploration phase, place the top tile of the dungeon tile stack next to any unexplored edge. Huh. Place a new monster on that tile. You do not draw an encounter card during your next villain phase. If the tile is specified by the adventure, follow the instructions, blah, blah, blah. If we're going to meta this, we have there's supposed to be 8 tiles, and then the final one is the tile we're looking for. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles were actually discovered by me. So one more, and then the one I'm looking for. So why don't we use that? We'll use that, and we'll place a tile right here. Flip it. Spin it. And we don't get an encounter card, but we do have to draw a monster for that, which is a Goblin Archer. Where's the Goblin Archer? It's champion, Goblin Archer. And then, during my exploration phase, we draw the final token, which is the one we're looking for, which is the Underground River. When you reveal the Underdark River, read, "The sounds of running water is a welcome respite from the silence of the caves. After days of traveling through the dark, you see the soft glow of sunlight ahead. Only a few monsters stand between you and freedom." All right, so now that we've discovered that, read that, now we put the tile, the surface hollow tile, down on any square, and we summon 2 monsters. Holy mackerel. All right. So this is the tile we have to get, and we can put it... Oh, well, there's only one way we can do it, and that's this way. Well, let's make some room. All right, so now we summon 2 monsters. The first monster... Next is a hunting drake. That goes in the first one. And the second one is a drow duelist. Oh boy. That's going to hurt a little bit. All right. So the first thing that happens is our juicer, ever wanting to juice us, runs in. And then we go to Guinevere. Alright, if Guinevere is within 1 tile of a monster, she moves adjacent to any monster within 1 tile of her and attacks that monster with a pounce. Otherwise, Guinevere moves 2 tiles toward the hero who controls her. Well, she's already with me. Guinevere counts as a hero for purposes of monster tactics. Alright. So Guinevere will just move up beside me because... why not? So first we have the Goblin Archer. The Goblin Archer, if the Goblin Archer is adjacent to a hero, it's not, so we'll move to the next one. If the Goblin Archer is within 2 tiles of a hero, it's not, so move to the next one. Otherwise, the Goblin Archer moves 1 tile toward the hero with the fewest hit points. Alright, so the Goblin Archer will move to there. Alright. Then we have the Hunting Drake. So the Hunting Drake, if the Hunting Drake is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero. It is not, though. No, it's within 2. And then, so otherwise, the Hunting Drake moves 2 tiles toward the hero with the fewest hit points. So he's going to be all up on our grill. He's going to move right to there. And then the Duelist. If the Duelist is within 1 tile, he is not. Otherwise, the Drow Duelist moves 1 tile toward the closest hero. All right. So he's going to actually move to there. That's as close as he's going to get. Let's go ahead and... I think Drizzt is just going to go ahead and attack the Drake, I think. So... It's got a 14 AC. 15 is going to hit and do 1 point of damage, and that's all it needs, so it's going to die. Put it in our XP over here, and then we'll get our treasure card. Alright, Potion of Healing. You or an adjacent hero gains, and I can use it during my hero phase. I'm going to go ahead and use that now. And gain 2 hit points back. Alright, what other things do we have here? +2 to the damage. We probably should have used that a long time ago. Choose one monster within 3 tiles of your hero. That monster takes 1 damage. Oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, we could have used it there. But that's alright. We'll just go ahead and kill that dude. Alright, I think at this point... See, this is where we cheese the system. So the way the system would work is he would move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can land on that. Will that work? Let's see. What are the rules for Guinevere? If it's within 1 tile, moves adjacent to the monster and attacks. Otherwise, moves 2 tiles to the hero. So yeah, it's just 1 tile. So yeah, it would work just like that. So cheese dicking the rules. I would move to there during the bad guy or the monster phase. We would draw 1 encounter because no tiles were flipped. Place a monster on the start tile. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll let that go. We don't care. Ugh. Spiders. Gross. Alright, so spiders. On the start tile. Well, we'll put them there. Alright, and then in the villain phase... The juicer goes first, and it squeezes, then moves. Then Guinevere goes, and Guinevere will go there. Then our archer will go. So he can't go on this spot, so he's got to go into one of these 3. So he'll just go there. And then our drow duelist will go. Alright, so now this is how this would work. So, if the Drow Duelist is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks twice with a pair of slashing blades. Each attack can be against any hero adjacent to the Duelist. Okay, so no, he would just move to there. And I can have him attack either one. We're going to have him attack Guinevere. So the first attack will be +9. Let's see. 4 + 9 is 13. That does not hit Guinevere. Nice. She's going to survive this. All right. And then second attack. 5 + 9 is 14. Does not hit. Oh, the duelist loses. The duelist misses. Oh my goodness. All right. Well. Okay. So I think what we're going to do at this point, I think we're going to just pop this magic item. Yeah, the Wand of Magic Missiles. Choose one monster within 3 tiles of your hero. That monster takes a single point of damage, and that should be enough to kill the only thing standing in our way. Which would kill him. Would draw a treasure card. That would go away. And then play immediately. Choose one hero. That hero either regains 1 hit point or ends 1 condition, so we would gain 1 hit point. All right, and then we have our movement, and our movement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we are home free. We finished. Barely finished, but we finished. That was crazy. That was crazy. That took some really, that was all luck. I mean, it wasn't, it was nothing I did, I don't believe. So, wow. But that was crazy. All right. Well, next time we will be doing adventure number 2 with 3 of my friends, or 3 members of the Hive. And yeah, so look for it next Friday. So if anyone plays this adventure, let me know in the comments how it went, how your adventure went. Tell me what monsters were the hardest hitting, which ones were the worst you ran into, which ones ended your game or saved your life. Let me know in the comment. But other than that, that's it for this video. If you like what you've seen and you want to see more, hit the like button and join the Hive by hitting the subscribe button. And we'll see you on a video soon. Bye-bye.